Welcome to 4 Movies, where I'll be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what they have in common, I know, but do you? If you do, say before the end of the video, because at the end of the video, I will be saying it. And yeah, so let's do that. Now, here we go. Are you ready? Because I'm getting into it right now. We're going. It's on green. Now, bam. Seed of Chucky. If you would have seen a prior video... if you would have seen the prior video, I did do another video where I did mention I had a 4 set of Child's Play movies. And the 4 set had Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. So this is the... I didn't buy that first. I bought individually Seed of Chucky first. I don't know what happened to my Bride of Chucky. I might have put it somewhere else in here, honestly. You got time to look for me? We're gonna just no, it's somewhere. But anyways, it's probably in that collection. The Seed of Chucky. Like I said before, if you want to see what I've said about this video, go watch that video. And yeah, like I said, fun comedy. Jennifer Tilly, Redman. Like I said, that's a wild movie. Like I said, I liked how they started not taking themselves seriously. It was not until it's like, let's reboot it and it's scary again. Now it's all AI robot Chucky. It's just not the same. Is it gonna get as fun as the other one did? I don't know. And then we have, bam, the original Child's Play, which was not in the 4-part collection. Now, the original Child's Play is super fun. Directed by Toby Hooper? No. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to... No. But we're going to go ahead and... it's definitely fun. Charles Ray... Is it just Charles Ray? I think is the name of the character, and he dies, and then his soul gets put into the doll. I want to say Tony Todd played in there, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It's been a really long time since I've seen the first one of this. It's funny because I let my my little one watch this when he was he wasn't a teenager yet, but at the same time, like, it was one of those things where, like, you pre-watch the movies before you let them watch it, and this movie is essentially just, Chucky rolling under furniture and whatnot. And so, other than the language, I was like, all right, there's nothing bad in here. Like I said, I didn't want it. I didn't want to be in a situation of like, oh yeah, and then there'd be like nudity or something. Be like, oh no. So I pre-watched a lot of these. That's why we were able to watch Jeepers Creepers 2, but not Jeepers Creepers 1 because there's stuff on the walls. But I let him watch this, and it was like I always tried to keep in mind that it's not real. That's like it's one of those things where it's like when they're watching Avenger movies, they're like, oh, I'm Iron Man and I'm Hulk. It's like, no, remember, kids, you're you watching fictional characters. It's not real. People are like, oh man, you're a buzzkill. You don't want to inflate their ego like that. In my personal opinion, like I said, once again, parenting is just like interpretation of art. It's subjective, and you can... It's your own way of feeling about it, but it's one of those things where it's like I wanted them to not have an issue of realizing that these are works of fiction and not real, and reality is something different and whatnot. So I hope that worked in a positive manner towards them, and not getting their heads all full of stuff where it's like, I'm supposed to be treated like a princess. It's like, princesses are not real. You're not that. And you need to realize that reality is not that. You're not looking for a Prince Charming. You're looking for someone who is going to be good to you. That kind of went... But anyway, it is the thing. Like I said, I'm going way off on... Way off subject here. Wow. Okay. Wow. Anyways. Just gotta remember that these are works of fiction. Like I said, nobody's really getting killed, and that's the whole point. It's so funny because we had bought Ground Chuck, and he's like, well, Chucky's bad. I was like, yes, Chucky's bad. That's why he dies. In every movie, that's why he dies, because he's bad, and the bad guy doesn't win. And you can sit there and go, well, sometimes the bad guy doesn't win. Like, oh, look. If you want to be a glass half empty, glass half full people, the reality of the situation is it doesn't matter if the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. Be glad you have a glass with anything in it. Okay? Be thankful for what you have. And, if it's a situation that you don't like, then go ahead and you can change it. But, I know, we're talking about movies, and I'm going way off subject here. Anyways, thank you, ADD. Urban Legend is about urban legends, and then there's somebody killing people in the form of urban legends, or that has something to do with it in general. And it's a well-played movie. I mean, along the lines of the secondary screams, where you have I Know What You Did Last Summer, and those kind of movies. Urban Legend is up there with those films. And it's fun. Like I said, there's the Coke and Pepsi where it's like, no, Pop Rocks and Pepsi or something like that. And it's like, oh no, boy, I gotcha, and stuff like that. And microwaving the dog and stuff like that. The urban legends work into the story, and I think it's well played, personally. Now, those are 3 movies. The way that this is set up is pretty much each page holds 4 movies. This one is, there's 3 movies that, there's 3 movies that L down, and then 3 movies on the other page that L down, and then the 2 in the middle have something in common. The 3 have something in common. The other 3 have something in common. So, should I go into the 2 other movies so you have something to match up? We're gonna find out. We're gonna ask Andy from 40-Year-Old Virgin what he's got to say. Andy, what do you got to say? I'm gonna pull the string. We're gonna see what he says.
I'm not trying to be sexy, man.
Well, one more time, man.
I should tear up the hardwood and see if there's carpet under.
I think it meant go. So we're gonna go ahead and go. Let me see where I'm at. Yeah, I get that. Cool. We're gonna go into this. So you're gonna get a bonus movie today, okay? I hope that you're appreciative of it. Like I said, glass and whatnot. We're gonna go into No Country for Old Men. This is a phenomenal drama, and it's really well played. It's one of those things where it's like, this is Joel and Ethan Coen. I was just talking about them because they they directed Intolerable Cruelty, and they also wrote this, or they also directed this. Yeah, they directed this. I don't think they wrote it. It was based on a book. But phenomenal performances in this. Well done, well played. Fun movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. Like I said, it's well played. Was it Anton? Bardan? No, Anton is the name of the character. Javier Bardem plays Sugar. And like I said, basically a guy stumbles upon some money, and the money is not good money, and so that attracts not good people. Things happen. And the fifth movie, I'm sure we call 4 movies for some reason, because you lucked out today. And if you watch this far, you're awesome. Stay awesome. The movie's Choke. Written by the director, written by the director. It's not written by the director. It's written by Chuck Palahniuk. I can't pronounce his last name. The writer of Fight Club wrote this. And I read the book before I saw the movie because I had heard the movie was coming out, and I was like, oh, I want to read the book before I go see the movie. So I think there was a hurricane that had come through, and there was a movie theater that was actually going to show it. And so I was like, when is this coming out? And I scheduled when it was going to come out. I saw how many chapters were in the book. I did the math, and I was like, all right, I got to read 2 chapters a day. And we had the hurricane, so it was like I just sat outside in the sunlight and read the 2 chapters a day till the movie came out. And then I went and saw the movie. Well, the book starts off, don't read any further. It only gets worse from here. Which is a wild way to start a movie. So it was a wild way to start a book. And the movie doesn't necessarily capture the essence of the book. And in my personal opinion, it's one of those things. It captures some scenes, but comparatively to the book, it falls flat. Because I believe it kind of had to censor itself. It's one of those things where it's like, this movie, if it was right off the book, should have probably been NC-17. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it should have gone full force, especially with a story like this, where the guy's a recovering sex addict, and then he, is in group, and he fakes choking, and then, fakes somebody helping him not choke, so that he can. So they'll be, oh, thank you, and then they write him, and they start a correspondence, and they send him money because times are tough, before you could go on the internet and have somebody go, hi, I saw that you commented on my stuff. I only have 1 follower, even though the person you're actually following has much more followers. But oh, times are tough. Hey, handsome. Oh, and I'm sure it's on the other side as well. But he's basically scamming people out of money so they can pay for his mom's care, because his mom is played by Angelica Houston, and she has Alzheimer's. And so he's trying to get money to keep her in her healthcare facility, whatever world. And then in the healthcare facility, he meets one of the doctors and kind of starts up a relationship with her. And like I said, there's some back and forth and some really just this is one of those things where it's like, it gets dirty, but it spins so far out of control that that's the fun of it. Is you're just going, what will happen next? And there are bits and pieces where I felt as if in the movie it was hard to comprehend what was going on if I hadn't read the book. Like, I had a greater knowledge of what was going on, but I felt as if they weren't showing everything for people who hadn't read the book. So, I know it's all about streamlining whenever you make a book. Whenever it's all about streamlining whenever you make a movie. It's about streamlining, making it tighter. I understand that, so like I said, it was good. It was enjoyable, but not as good as the book. Like I said, there were some scenes that were not in the movie that, like I said, it's interesting. The guy that plays Sam Rockwell does a fantastic job in that. There's also an actor in there that's his friend. He also does a great job. There's a scene in there where there's a dancer, and she's a blonde, and she does this thing. The guy's like, melanoma is the #1 thing. You might want to get that mole checked out. And then she's a dancer. She's doing that. And then later on, he comes back and like he sees her dancing. He's like, "Hey, you changed your hair color." He's like, "Yeah, what you said about blondes getting melanoma." I was like, "I got to change my hair color." He's like, "Good for you." And anyways, I'm going off, but yeah, no, actually on subject. Holy cracker jacks. Anyways, Seed of Chucky, Child's Play, and Urban Legends all have Brad Dourif in there. Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky. He is in all 3 of these movies. And No Country for Old Men and Choke both have, I'm going to say the name right because I don't want to mess it up, Kelly Macdonald in there. And Kelly Macdonald is a phenomenal actress who does a great American accent. So, yeah. She's... I enjoy seeing her in stuff. Like I said, thanks everybody for watching. Tune in tomorrow. If you watch this far, you're awesome. If I said it before and you caught that too, you're double awesome. So, yeah. I'm going to be doing this video a day until I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky, or if I run out of physical media to show y'all, but I probably won't do on that one, hopefully. And thanks for saying thank you. Thank you for watching. Yeah, see you tomorrow.